Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Professor. Welcome to this oh crap. Sorry, I just noticed something. Give me 1 second here. This is very important to me. This needs to happen. There we go. All right, now it's a party. Hello, everybody. As I was saying, my name is Professor. Thank you all so very much for 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. Honestly, I didn't think we were ever going to clear 1,000. So I don't even know what to do at this point other than an Ask Me Anything live stream. Hello, Bob Ranger in the game. Sorry, English is my second language. My first, I'm still trying to figure out what it is, but this is going to be live. So raw, uncut, there's no editing. It's just spur of the moment, no scripts. We're just here. Hopefully you guys have a good time. If you do, remember to hit the like button and subscribe. And remember, if you want to contribute to the chat, which for me is on this side, if it's not on that side for you, it's on this side, whatever. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can take part in the chat. I will be answering as many questions as possible. I also have a community post I made with a ton of questions on there. So for everyone in the chat, I am going to start with those, but I will try and keep up with this as much as I can. Again, if the chat isn't over here, I'm sorry. It's over here, whatever it might be. Again, thank you all so very much for all the love and support. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Okay. Again, no script. I have looked at some of the questions in this community post. If you don't check those, be sure to check those out every now and then. I try and share as many memes as possible. But I don't have any like pre-recorded answers or anything like that. So this is all spur of the moment. So bear with me. I apologize in advance if I say anything that catches you off guard. Actually, no, I take it back. I regret nothing. On that note, first question is from, and I will try and say everybody's names. Please forgive me if I don't say them correctly. We've got Evan Lee Banks, my Stickwell. What the heck did I just say? Okay. Allegedly, this was an hour ago, and it's already a top comment. So good job. This individual with a very strange username says, "I'd love to hear more about your original work." Oh my gosh, people are going to think this is staged. I swear this is not staged. This is an actual question. It's on the community post. You can check it here. I'll heart it. I'll put it. It's Evan Lee Banks my Stickwell or something like that. This person made this. This is not a sponsored segment. Anyway, I'd love to hear more about your original work. Do you have a favorite story you've written? I guess that's technically one question, one suggestion. We'll start with the top one. My original work is known as President Troll, as of now, is how is the title for it. It's a working title. There's 2 books that are out right now. The third one is actually being edited as we speak by my editor in the next room. And once she's done with that, I'm going to take all 3 of the books that I've already published, put them into one big volume, sell it for like, I don't know, $15 or whatever on Amazon. And it's people that have read the first 2 books seem to really like it. It's a parody book. First book I ever published. I basically sat down with a bunch of my fans like I'm doing right now and had you guys pick a prompt for me. And I wrote an entire book in a week based on that prompt. That is the level of writer that I am at. I've always been at that level. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved writing, but it also comes with a bit of a catalyst. I hate math. So I love writing. I'm pretty good at it, but math is just not my forte. So I'm not a complete moron when it comes to math, but that's, it's called President Troll. There should be a direct link on this video if you guys want to check it out. It's a lot of fun. Don't expect anything life-changing. I never write stuff that makes you question the meaning of life. Entertainment is my top priority. And I feel like that's a problem that the entertainment industry has lost in recent memory. It's that they struggle to be entertaining. Not Glitch Productions, though. It's a good example of that. But yeah, that's my original work. I am planning on writing more stories in the future. One that may or may not be about a certain plague doctor, but we'll talk more about that bridge when we get to it. Do you have a favorite story you've written? Well, yeah, I would say President Troll is my favorite, but it is the only story I've written that I've published outside of Merger on season 2. So that's what I would sit at. A favorite OC? Oh, shoot. I don't want to tell you too much about him because I'm sure we'll get to him eventually, but there is a character coming in episode 4 that I am very excited to introduce to everyone. He's a bit on the monstrous side, and it's probably going to knock your guys' socks off. We gotten a bit of a hint at the end of episode 3 as to who this character is, but I'm very excited to introduce him to all of you. Writing tips. Oh man, I have plenty of writing tips. My biggest writing tip, especially to you, you watching right now. I know you. I know what you're about. I know that you want to tell a story. You've been cooking something up in your head for years at this point. Maybe you've had a certain character or ideas that you've just had this awesome idea and it's going to be even better than Avengers Endgame and you can't wait to put it out. You've already got all this stuff mapped out, this storyline you want to do, and you still haven't written it yet. What the heck, man? What? How am I supposed to love this cool thing that you're so passionate about if you won't even share it with me, if you won't even write it, if you won't even tell the world about it? Stop keeping it to yourself, write the darn thing, and just put it out into the world. No one's going to steal your idea, okay? It's not good enough to steal. And even if someone did try to do a photocopy and paste of what you've done, they're going to interpret it differently. So it's not even going to be the same story. And they're probably going to have their own, ideas and their own personality. They're going to bring their own things to the table. So whatever your fear is in regards to telling your own story, shut up, stop complaining, stop procrastinating, put your story out there. There are people like me who are waiting to hear it and read it. Just sit down and tell the thing. And don't worry about if people are going to like it or not. All right. People will like it. It could be the most poorly written piece of trash in the world. People will still like it. Okay. That is the nature of the internet. It is not about quality necessarily as much as it is quantity. And that's what I mean by that is you become better at something the more you do it. And you haven't even started writing your story yet. So put it out there. Yes, I'm calling you out. I'm tired of waiting. It's been freaking years. Just put your idea out there. Honestly, so stupid. Get it out there. I'm tired of waiting for your awesome story. Put it out into the world. Finally, please. Anyway, tough love. That's what it's called. It's tough love. Favorite genre? Whatever Firefly is. We'll go with that. I like when fantasy and sci-fi are mixed in a professional way. So that being said, that's the first question. Now let's move over to the chat. I'll just answer the first question I see. If I don't get to your question now, just keep putting it in the chat. I will get to it eventually. First question I see. This is from Rinsler. Hey, nice username. I love Tron Legacy. What's the best way to assemble a team like writers, animators, VAs, etc.? Great question, Rinsler. I would say just put it out there. If you're doing something like what I'm doing with Murder Drones, you're doing a second season, there's a demand for it. There are fans of it. They're pretty much guaranteed to be fans of whatever thing you're a fan of. It doesn't have to be mainstream. You will find them on the internet. You just need to put an announcement in the right place. You don't have to have a big following or anything like that. You just got to put yourself out there. Let people know I need help. I am looking for help and support right now. Just help me, come help me out with this. We're just having fun here. We're all passionate about the same thing. We want to see this continue because often what happens is big studios or companies, whatever it might be, they lose funding. And when they lose funding, well, they lose the primary motivation for creating said thing. Sometimes, there's exceptions, but generally speaking, when studios part with a project, that's it. And it goes away and it's up to the fans to continue that. Now, that's not necessarily what's happening with Glitch. They're just doing other projects. They definitely haven't abandoned Murder Drones in any capacity, but they've also made it very clear that Murder Drones Season 2, while it probably will happen at some point officially, in the meantime, they've specifically said it's up to the fans. So that's what we are. We're the fans. We're going to continue doing it at our own pace. Next question. From Rob Ranger and the gang. Hey, what's a good advice you would say to inspire or more? Just in general, I would say just to inspire people in general, you are enough. You're not an accident. You're not here by mistake. People need you. The reality is that I know there's tons of contrary opinions, especially if you're going to like public school or college. People will say that, there's too many people in the world, that we don't need this many people, that there's too many conflicting opinions. Everybody doesn't think the same way. Everybody doesn't feel things the same way. And that's a problem. I hear that a lot because I'm attending college right now. I've been in public school for my entire life. And I hear that a lot. There's too many conflicting opinions. All this this diversity of thought. It's bad. That is so not the truth. Whatever motivates you, whatever you bring to the table, because everyone has their own unique talents and abilities, regardless of how someone looks or sounds or acts. Everybody brings something new to the table, and we need that. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever your experiences might be, whether you've done something amazing with your life or not, then embrace that, lean into it, because especially if you're a creative person, artist, writer, musician, whatever it might be, YouTuber, TikToker, what do they call people that grammar? Is that what people that use Instagram reels? I don't know, whatever it might be. Uh, Take your talents and abilities and lay them out and just lean into them, because eventually something is going to stick. And when it does, just roll with it. Next question. Ultimate Adventure of MJ and Luan. Again, if I haven't gotten to your question yet, just keep putting it in the chat. I will get to it eventually, I promise. Would you rather make crossovers with Murder Drones and other series? Here are some, in my opinion, that are the best: Gravity Falls, Portal, the video game, and Gentry Chow versus the Underworld. Would you want to do it? I think, well, I'll just answer this now, because I've gotten questions similar to this on the community post. Where would I want to go from here? Let's say Murder Drone Season 2 is finished. What's next? Well, I would like to take, remember how I mentioned President Troll? I would like to adapt that for all of you guys and present it to all of you, because I realize that not everybody has disposable income right now. That's just the reality of it. Some people don't have jobs. Some people aren't employed. Some people are going to school full time, whatever it might be. Not everyone can afford to purchase work. So I would like to take at least some of my written work and put it here on YouTube and present it in the same way that I'm presenting Murder Drone Season 2. Just give you guys something completely original from me that's still entertaining. It's a popcorn feature, I would call it. When I say popcorn, I mean it's the kind of thing you sit down, you enjoy. As soon as you're done with it, you get up and you move on to the next thing. It's not, again, I don't produce things that cause you to question the meaning of the universe or whatever it might be. That's way out of my range, so to speak. Not that I can't tackle that, but that's not always entertaining. It's definitely not as entertaining, I would say, as Murder Drone Season 2. So I hope that answers your question. I as far as a crossover goes, I would prefer, and I hope this is what you guys have gauged so far from Murder Drone Season 2, I'm trying to stay as loyal as possible to the characters and to what Liam Vickers and Glitch have already put out. I don't want to lean way too far in another category. I'm not looking to do a crossover with Bionicle or anything like that. As fun as that would be, in concept, in practice, I want this to be something that could, in all reality, if someone were to go from season 1 and binge the whole thing, they could go into our season 2 that we're doing right now, and it wouldn't be completely out of left field. Yes, I am a Bionicle fan. Feel free to ask your questions about that if you want. Okay, what is your motivation to write? This is from GVS or G Versus. My motivation to write is, if I don't, I go crazy. I can't fall asleep at night until I let whatever movie is playing in my head play out. And it's been like that since I was a kid. I've got so many ideas that I want to tell, and I finally feel like I've got the means to tell it. I hope I'm not planning on leaving Murder Drones anytime soon, but I hope when I start to dip my toes into other fields, tell other stories with characters you recognize and some you don't, I hope you guys stick around for it, because I've got a lot of really awesome ideas, and I just want to throw them out into the world. I'm not looking for payment. I'm not looking for recognition. I just want to get them out of my head. And I hope you guys stick around for them, because I've got a lot of fun ideas and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's go back over to the community post here. We've got about 50 questions left on the community post. Then we'll focus entirely on the chat. So this is from Willow the Umbreon, a couple underscores here and there. 1, who is your favorite MD character? My favorite Murder Drones character off the top of my head is probably V. I feel like V is the character that undergoes the most, like we see the most about her. She changes. She goes from being this lovable little glasses wearing maid character to a complete murder machine, to a bruiser, to a sentinel tamer. Sorry, I bumped my microphone. Sentinel tamer, to among other things. She's also she has some kind of relationship with N. We're not entirely sure what it is by the end of season 1. I'm hoping to explore it a little bit more with season 2. No spoilers though. But yeah, as of now, V is probably my favorite MD character. Second question, is there anything you would change on how Murder Drones was made? Oh man. I don't know if I would change anything, because I can't change anything. It's out. Season 1 is out. It's done. The characters are there. Nothing about them is going to change. That is the canon of the show. I personally wouldn't go back and change anything. It's not perfect by any means. It is not perfect at all, but it is what it is. It exists. It is fine all on its own, and I want it to stay that way. So that's how I would put it. I would say that Murder Drones should stay as it is. I wouldn't change it personally any more than I would go back and if I could go back to high school or middle school and relive those, I would never do that. I would never change my life. My life has been far from perfect, but it's my life. It's what I know. And I am the person I am right now because of my experiences. And I hope you all feel the same way, regardless of what regrets you might have, regardless of how imperfect your life undoubtedly is, just as imperfect as mine and everyone else's is. I hope you embrace your life because it's yours and it can only go up from here. Really, it can only get better. So that's how I would put it. I am not a wise man. Don't ask me wise man questions. Anyway, do you think you can ask me wise man questions? I'm probably going to give you a goofy answer, but you get the point. Do you think Sin is controlled by the solver, or is she the absolute solver? This is an excellent question. I think that I think it's a bit of both. Sin controls the solver. That's why the solver has the same voice as Sin. But at the same time, I think the solver manifested on its own, took over Sin's body, and Sin just became the host. It was a symbiotic relationship. I don't want to say it was mutually beneficial. It wasn't. It was the right thing at the right time, and Sin kind of took over. Okay, fourth question. Are you going to create characters that are like Jazz and Ned? Uh, not necessarily. Jazz and Ned are kind of it. And even then, Jazz and Ned are specifically, they're clones. They're clones of, well, J and N, characters we already know. They're not completely unrecognizable. They don't have crazy anime hair and multicolored eyes like Uzi does. They're just characters we already know with personalities that are slightly tweaked. It's the same characters from different perspectives, and I think it's kind of fun to explore the clone elements. So that's why they're there. Last question from Willow the Umbreon. Is Jay the villain? It depends on who you ask, I'd say. Back to the chat. This is from, I apologize. It's something in Russian. I'm not even going to try and say it. They ask, what's your opinion on Metallical Instinct? I have no idea what Metallical Instinct is, but are you recommending it? Are you recommending it? If you're recommending it, then it must be worth looking into. Let me know in the chat if it's something worth looking into. And if anybody else knows what Metallical Instinct is, let me know. If it's another Murder Drones thing, absolutely, I would love to see it. Go on to one of my community posts and leave a link if you can. I'll absolutely take a look at it after this. Back to the community post here. This is from Kamen Y3E. I think it's supposed to be yes. Kamen. What's your favorite quote line from Murder Drones? Ooh, that's a tough question. My favorite. Let me know what is your guys' favorite quote from Murder Drones? I'll give you a second here to think. Favorite quote line from Murder Drones? Mine off the top of my head, because that's how we're doing this again. No script. We're just spitballing here. It would have to be Jay's monologue to V after this is in the final episode. V is saying, we were supposed to do our jobs and that was it. We were going to be fine and taken care of. And Jay says something along the lines of, it lied to you, V. If I told you that, then I lied to you too. So in that scene alone, not only do we get a crazy dynamic between V and Jay as they're battling, as something's happening in the background, as the Sentinel and Lizzie and Thad are showing up, and Khan, as the railgun's going off, we've got all this going on. And then we have this moment just through V's and Jay's interaction. Jay admits in that moment that not only do clones not share the memories of the clones that came before them, they may share the personality, but there is room to change. And that sequence alone sets up a lot of what happens in season 2. So I really, really like that. So good question there. Let's go back to the chat. What is Zeno? What is your question? Where is your question, Zeno? I'm currently working on this is from Zeno TG. I'm currently working on a Murder Drones game adaptation. Ooh, and I am currently working alone on the demo. What do you think of this idea? I think it's fantastic. Do it. If you're doing it through Gary's Mod, Unreal Engine, Blender, whatever it might be, go for it. If anything deserves a game adaptation, I know there's something in Roblox, because of course there is. There might be a Gary's Mod thing. There might be a couple Gary's Mod things already, but whatever it is, go for it. If anything deserves a game adaptation, it's probably Murder Drones. There's so much room to grow. Do you think it can eventually turn into something good one day? It'll be good the second you actually make it. I hear a lot of this. I'm working on this. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying I hear this a lot from fans or fellow fans, I should say, of Murder Drones, of whatever it is we're talking about, Pokemon especially. Oh, I've got this really good idea and I'm working on it. What do you think of it? It's like, I think it's a good idea. I don't have anything to go off of. It's not done yet. I can't give an honest opinion on something that doesn't exist. It's the same with writing. If you have an idea and you want to bring it to life, you need to bring it to life. No one's going to do it for you. Don't wait around. Get it out there. Life is too short. You have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Sorry for anyone that has anxiety. I'm in the same boat, but that's the reality of it. All right. Get out there and get it done. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Stop spending time on your phone. Stop playing video games. Stop whatever it is that's stopping you from getting this idea out. Because remember, when you get it done, it's done. And you don't have to worry about it anymore. Then you can finally have something that backs up your thought or your words. Whatever it is, just get it out. Get it out of your head. The longer it sits in your head, the more it's just going to bounce around the echo chamber that is your skull. And that's bad. That is the death of creativity. You need outside opinions, and just telling someone about something is not enough. You need to have something physical that you can show them, that they can generate their own opinion on and share with you. Okay. That's what you need. Anyway, back to the community post. I'm writing a fan novel of my own. It kind of acts as a season 2 thing, but what are your thoughts on me incorporating some more Absolute Solver related horrors? Again, sounds like a good idea. I don't have anything to go off of. Go for it, Alan Doyle fan 22. Just go for it. All right. I don't know. It doesn't exist yet. So how am I supposed to give an opinion on something you've made, but you haven't made it? It doesn't exist. Anyway, next question from Kevin Nielsen, FM4QR. How did you become such a good writer? Like, I was replaying episode 3 in my head when I got bored in school. It's that good. Holy crap. Chad, I think we peaked. I don't think I can beat that. Wow, really, Kevin? That's awesome. I'm flattered. I am genuinely flattered. It was not just me. Tebow, I know, was in the chat. He's an absolute legend. I mean, everybody. Lily, Elvin Nova, Violet, Lars, Elsa, Finn, me again, because I did help a little bit. Guys, you have got to give them credit. They have absolutely carried this entire thing. I'm just the writer and the editor and the narrator. That's all. That's it. They do the art. They do the voice acting. It's fantastic. Seriously, can't shout them out enough. How did I become such a good writer? I wrote everything. There's Tebow. How did I become such a good writer? That is completely opinion, your opinion. It's up to you. I'm flattered if you think that. Writing is easy if you do it a lot. It's the same as anything. How do you become a good artist? You don't just sit down and do it one day. You do it over and over and over again. You draw the same things over and over again. And it's not just fueled by passion. It's fueled by a desire to become better. Your favorite artist, your favorite voice actor, your favorite creator, they didn't just start doing this out of nowhere. There was effort. There was consistency. And whenever you're comfortable, sit down and do it, whatever it is. When it comes to writing, I would say if you're scared to start, you haven't even started writing before, do this. Pick something that scares you. All right, whatever it might be. What is something that scares you? It could be a subject, it could be a situation, it could be a character, whatever it is. Sit down and write a story where you or your OC, your favorite character, has to interact with that scary situation, and limit yourself to a single paragraph. However long you define a paragraph to be. It could be 2 to 3 sentences. It could be 5, 6. Depends on who your English teacher was, I guess. Do that. Do that. Take yourself or your OC and a scary situation and go to town. Never show it to anybody. I know that kind of contradicts what I was telling you before, how you need feedback, but this is just for you. This is an exercise. You can do this every day. It can take 5 minutes. Maybe not at first, because you're probably going to sit there and like, I have so many good ideas. Pick the first thing that comes to your mind. That's how you become a good writer. Whatever comes to mind first, you go with that and you never look back. You don't stop and try and edit things as you're writing. You just get it out of here onto a page and you let it sit and you move on to the next thing. That's how it works. All right? That's my advice. That's how you become a good writer. You do things that scare you. That's how you become a good creative person in general. You do things that scare you consistently every day, not at the same time, whenever is convenient to you. Consistency really is key. All right, next question. This is from JZZ2. When is episode 4 of season 2 coming out? When it's ready. How many episodes do you think we'll get for your season 2 of MD? This is an excellent question. I've gotten this from a couple of you guys. My plan right now, this is subject to change. Okay? Subject to change. My plan as of now is to do 8 episodes for season 2, similar to what we got with season 1. 8 episodes total. Sorry, 8 episodes total. That will be all for season 2. That's the plan as of now. I might do more. I might do less. It depends on the story. I have the story completely figured out. It's just a matter of getting it done. So that's that question. What's my favorite MD character and why? I would have to say off the top of my head, it's probably Jay. I like Jay a lot. I feel like Jay has a lot of potential for the kind of character evolution that we see V and N go through. I feel like Jay is a bit of a fan favorite too. People really want to see more of Jay. The corporate talk is pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny too. So I'm also wearing my technician pen, by the way. You guys probably can't see it. Official JC Jensen technician right here. That's me. But yeah, Jay is pretty good. Do you have W or L Riz? Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Let's move on to the next question, shall we? All right, into the chat here. Does he have a Discord server? No, I've had some really bad experiences with Discord servers in the past. That being said, I do use Discord to stay in contact with most of the artists and voice actors that I'm working with because it's just easier than emailing back and forth. Not to say I won't email, but Discord's good for like one-on-one messaging. But as far as a Discord server goes, you need moderation. You need people that are, not going to take advantage of other people. There's so many horrible things that can happen with a Discord server. So as of now, I'm not doing a Discord server. That may change in the future, probably won't. Again, I've had some really bad experiences with Discord servers that I've been invited to, that I've tried to run myself. It's just a mess. So I'd prefer not to have one as of now. But again, that is subject to change. Do a flip. That is not a question. Next question from the community post is from Alex Daisy U _U. It's not ooh, it's U_U. Anyway, who's your favorite duo? Lizzie and V. Who's your favorite character? Probably N. He's cool. I think he's great. He's like a robot golden retriever, minus the retriever part. What's your favorite episode? Probably episode 8. It's the culmination of everything we've experienced in Murder Drone season 1 so far. All the characters are on full display. All the memorable characters are there. Nori's there. Khan's there. Lizzie's there. The Sentry is there. The Corrupted Sentry. We've got, of course, Sin Tessa in her disgusting glory, I guess. She's there. Episode 8's the best of the series, but that's how it should be. The final episode should be the quintessential episode of any series. You never want your series to go out on a whimper. And I really hope that quote does not come back to bite me. Back to the chat. I really don't get the episode 8 hate. I don't either. Not a question, but I agree. By the way, the Russian guy is calling it's Dmitry Stangnikov. I apologize for butchering your name. Speaking in general is tough for me. I apologize for that. I think we're due for a background change. What do you guys think? Give me a second here. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's change this up here. What do we got? What do we got? Come on, let's change this up. Let's see here. We've got star. Okay, we've got purple. That's kind of appropriate. It looks blue on camera. Yeah, that's okay. How about this one? Yeah, there we go. I like that one. Let's stay on that one. All right. By the way, Amazon, pretty awesome. Not sponsored in any way, but pretty cool. All right, back to the questions here. We've got Hex Dethera. They've got 3 questions. Do you have a favorite original character that you've created? Yes, yes. Again, we saw a tiny bit of this character at the end of episode 3. Episode 4 is going to bring them out a lot more. Don't want to say any more about them, but they are going to be a big part of Murder Drones season 3. And I'm very, very looking forward to Uzi and N and V facing off with this character or against this character. It's entirely up to interpretation at this point. So if Glitch, this is a good question. If Glitch Productions asked you to be on their writing team, would you accept? 100%. 100%. I would love the opportunity to write for a studio or just to write for someone else in general, because up until this point in my life, I've only written for myself, which is okay. I'm not complaining by any means. I mean, Murder Drone season 2 wouldn't have happened. President Troll wouldn't have happened if I'd been writing for someone else. So but I would love the opportunity, especially to work with other writers. I've been a part of writers groups in the past, and we've all brainstormed together at like 3, 4 in the morning. It's such a blast. I love doing that. It's a lot of fun, and I would love the opportunity to do it. If Glitch Productions picks me up, that's great. If somebody else does, more power to them. Whoever gets me they're never going to regret it. It's going to be really good. Whichever company manages to scoop up Professor first, they are absolutely going to love it. But we'll see who gets that opportunity and when. Are you looking forward to making more Murder Drones content? 100%. Absolutely. Back to the chat questions here. Are you planning on making another ship canon during season 2? I'm not planning on it necessarily, but again, I do have the entire story already figured out. It's just a matter of setting it up so it's like a screenplay, because that's how I present things to everybody. It's not like a chapter book. If it was like a chapter book, I feel like it wouldn't flow as well. It would drag on. It would drag a little bit. The characters wouldn't be as interesting or presented as fluidly, I would say, and it would be way, way harder for the voice actors if it wasn't presented in the form of a screenplay. So, but yeah, I've got everything figured out. If there is a relationship that comes about, it's something that I already have planned. I don't want to spoil anything though. Am I making a season 3? Let's focus on finishing season 2 first. And if you guys want it, then sure. But it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. It really is. So share the videos if you have the opportunity. Share it with your friends. Show other people, especially if they're a fan of Murder Drones, because I know that Murder Drones fans are just hurting right now. They want something more. So yeah, share it with people. I know some of you are already doing that. Thank you all so much. Next question from Presto the Magnificent. Are you excited for the Gaslight District? Yes, mildly optimistic is how I would put it. I don't know. The animation so far, I don't know what style they're going for. It looks like a mix of 2D and 3D. I'm really excited to see what happens. If it's anything like what they've already done with the Amazing Digital Circus, with is it Sunset Boulevard? Something Runners, Meta Runners, I think that was their other show. And of course, Murder Drones. If it's anything like that, then we have nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's going to be great. Even if it's not, I don't think anybody's going to hold it against Glitch. I mean, they are paving the way for indie animation, and it's really inspiring to me. Excuse me. There we go. All right, next question from Gono117. What is existence? To exist is simply to be. And you and I are. We are. We exist. Not because someone else's opinion matches that. We don't exist because someone says we exist. We exist because we are. We are here. We're alive. And that's about as highbrow as I'm going to get. Thanks for that very existential question. All right, back to the chat here. First question I see, do you murder drones? Not personally, no. In fact, the last time I had a drone, I'm pretty sure it murdered itself. Take that out of context. Next question is from Blaze Beyblade. What is your opinion on all the characters and how well did you think the creators wrote them in the show? That is a loaded question. I think Liam Vickers and the team at Glitch knocked it out of the park. I think there was definitely cases of experimentation and them figuring things out as they went, which is fine. I think that adds to the charm of the show. And it's not like anyone was expecting perfection. Not at all. Martin Scorsese was not that Martin Scorsese produces perfect works, but we weren't expecting a sequel to Heat or anything like that. I think that's Martin Scorsese. Whatever it might be, it's fine. All right. Quentin Tarantino did not write Murder Drones. Can you imagine if he did, though? Holy crap, there'd be a lot more feet stuff. Anyway, next question is from Cosmos3876. Any opinion on Mechanical Instinct AU or Insanity? Okay. I already talked about Mechanical Instinct. Not sure what that is. Excuse me. Insanity. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Insanity is a comic series that reinterprets some of the Murder Drones characters. I am not familiar with it, but I will say this applies to Murder Drones fan projects in general. I want there to be as many of them as possible out in the zeitgeist of the internet. I want people, if they have an idea about Murder Drones characters, put it out there. Please, I want to see everybody's interpretation of season 2 of this show. I want to see everybody's thoughts and headcanons, how you imagine the characters going about things. I want to see it all. So put it out there. Again, great. Next question is from Elsa, who is one of our artists, an amazing artist who I've known for a while now. She says she has 3 questions here. What is your favorite type of cheese? Whoa. Whoa, guys, hold on, everybody. Whoa, pause. Oh man, that shakes me to my core. That is a serious question. I need a minute here. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. That is a serious question right here. That might as well be the hardest hitting question I've ever received. And if it came from anybody else, I would end the stream here. But because it's from Elsa, I will answer it. That is a difficult question. This might come up in court later. I'm not gonna lie. If I ever end up in court, this is definitely going to be put before the judge as evidence. The jury will make their decision based on this answer. This is tough. What is my favorite type of cheese? I'd have to say pepper jack. Next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at Mario Kart? 7 on a bad day. I know the cheeses. 3. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Let's assume that a woodchuck weighs about 7 to 8 pounds, 15 on a good day. Woodchucks generally wouldn't lift anything or chuck, if you will, anything that matches or exceeds their own weight. They'd want to stick to smaller pieces, and assuming there is no time limit, which I assume there is, there is no time limit. To say how much wood a woodchuck could chuck in a single day, it would be anywhere between 38 pounds and about 40 pounds. But the reason it would be so low is because they'd be chucking small pieces of wood. So it's a question of, do they have access to that much wood, and how many small pieces can they chuck at a single moment? I hope that answers your question. Anyway, next question over here from the chat. How did it feel writing the full script of Murder Drones season 2? Oh, Sin N's sister. Thanks for the question. It felt pretty good. Let me recreate for you guys, just if you'll pardon my acting. Let me recreate what it was like when I decided I was going to do Murder Drone season 2. Because remember, up until Murder Drone season 2, I was known for Pokemon stuff. That's why I've got all of this over here and Bulbasaur over there. And there's a full-size Sylveon plushie just out of frame. I'm not going to show you her yet. Just life-size, by the way. Life-size Sylveon. If you know anything about Pokemon, it's a big deal. All that's out of frame. I'll show you guys at the end of the live stream here. But I was known for Pokemon stuff. This is what it was like. This is exactly what happened when I decided I was going to put my writing skills to good use and create Murder Drones season 2. Okay, this is how it went. Yeah, I could do that. And the rest is history. That's how it went. I just had an idea. That's always how it's been. I had an idea, but this time I actually decided, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. We'll see how it goes. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I know it's like funny, but that's actually, I'm not literally, that's how it happened. I was sitting there and I was looking at my whiteboard and I was like, yeah, I could do that. There's so many good ideas. I could do that. So that's what I did. All right, over to the post, the post. At needs therapy yippee. Great username. Do you like ducks? I love ducks. Next question. This is from Nova. I call her Nova. She is one of our voice actresses. Please make sure you're following her. She's a fantastic voice actress. Nova says she has how many questions here? 7 questions. All right, I'm going to get through these as best I can. Who is your favorite Murder Drones character? Uzi. I mean, obviously, Uzi is absolutely my favorite character. She's the funniest character I've seen in an indie show in a hot minute. She's a classic teenager. She's rebellious. She's got a great color scheme, great design, and she just fits the angsty teenage girl archetype so well. And I love seeing her evolution as the series goes by. She never flips as a character, so to speak. It's great. What is your favorite Murder Drones episode? I don't know. I guess this is going to sound weird. I love the first episode. I know it's the pilot and it's done with mocap and it's a little strange. The characters don't look the way they do by the end of the series. I love it. The pilot has a very special place in my heart. I'm going to stick with it. Do you have any Murder Drones merch? No. How many episodes will be in season 2? 8 as of now, but that is subject to change. What is your favorite song? Okay, now we're talking here. This is the kind of questions I was expecting to get. My favorite song. Again, this is just off the top of my head. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to look it up on my phone here. Let me pull it up here. It is from Last Dinosaurs. If anybody played Need for Speed Most Wanted, I know it's a bit of a hated game, but that was my first Need for Speed game. I'm nostalgic for it, especially I'm especially nostalgic for the music. And that was what introduced me to Last Dinosaurs. It's called Sense. Sense from Last Dinosaurs, 2.4 million plays as of now. Such a good song. Like it's a vibe song. You don't have to worry about any explicit language or anything. It's such a vibe punk song. It's great. You'll love it. Trust me. All right. How are you doing? I'm not dead yet, so I'm good. Do you have a least favorite Murder Drones character? If so, who? I don't really have a least favorite Murder Drones character, if I can be honest. I mean, I kind of I like them all as characters within the context of the show. Like as a viewer, as a fan, if there's any character that's like, I hate this character. I'm glad they exist, but I hate this character. Um, like I don't like how this character treats the main characters. It's what's her name? It's like Ruby or Lucy or something. She's from I want to say episode 6 or 7. It's the character that has like all the body parts and she's got the weird antlers and she talks with a southern drawl. I forget what that character. Does anyone know what that character's name is? Put it in the chat if you do. Okay. Alice, thank you. Needs therapy. Be Alice. Alice is probably the character I hate. Heavy quotations. That character, man. Oh, so creepy. She did a great job though. And I think she sounds, this is just my opinion. She sounds a lot like Applejack from My Little Pony. Don't ask me how I know that. I've been on the internet for way too long. Next question. Okay. No, I am not in the Brony fandom, by the way. The things that they posted in the mid 2000s. That is a subject for another day though. Anyway, next question from Ashra. If you are in the Brony fandom, by the way, that's fine. You do you, boo. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. You be who you want to be. I would say be the best person you can, but that is entirely subjective. Be you, boo. You do you. Be you, boo. English. Anyway, next question. Let's go over to the chat. This is from Naja Helberg Enchner. I have a small request, guys. Can you please make your username something that I can read? Please? Anyway, no offense, Naja. You have a very pretty name. Are we going to see more of Absolute Solver Uzi? Bet on it. Back over to the post. Do you read any? Oh my gosh. Ashrafullah QF or 5368. This great question from this person. Do you read any webtoons? If so, what's WAHTS your favorite? Mine are SBG and Marionetta. I've heard of Marionetta. I will say as of now, my favorite webtoon that I'm keeping up with is it's something. Let me look it up here. I want to get the name right. It's a manhwa. I was huge into web comics when I was younger. That was all I could do because when I was a kid, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have access to YouTube. YouTube was there, but it was blocked on all of our family computers. So instead, what I would do is I would read web comics. This is the one I'm exploring right now. The Villain Wants to Live. It's by Aki KW Books and Dayon Webtoon. Its story is by G Gab Song. It's relatively new. There's not a lot of chapters out, but it's pretty good so far. I love, oh my gosh, the art. You know how most manhwas look exactly the same? Like and this is a bit of a dig here, if you'll excuse me for that. I have my own opinions. Shocking, I know. Most manhwas take place in the same location. They have the same look, the same vibe. Not all of them, but it's like the same European back, and it's the same for like isekai in general. It's a bit of a stereotype at this point. They all take place in the same location. The characters look almost exactly the same, and it's kind of annoying because the stories are vastly different generally across the board. It's like a different story, different takes, whole nine yards. This particular one, The Villain Wants a Happy Ending, or is that what it was? Did I get the name wrong? I might have gotten the name wrong. I'm a fake fan. The Villain Wants to Live. This one, the look of this series, everything, I don't know how else to put it. You have to see it for yourself to believe it. It's professional. Everything about it is professional. It's not just, oh, we need like a heroes league over here where the heroes are. Oh, we need a church. No, everything is 100% justified. There are estates, there are barons, everything is well laid out, and the characters look professional. Like if you were to cut out these characters and put them on screen, you would be able to know everything about them just by looking at them. That is expert character design. And I would say Murder Drones does that to a T. All right. Great question. Next question from the chat. Let's see. Goofy Monkey VR. Yeah, Goofy Monkey VR. Goofy Monkey on VR. Sorry. Let's get your question. Excuse me. How many episodes is Murder Drones season 2 going to have? As of now, 8. That is subject to change. I want it to, again, the whole point of doing Murder Drones season 2 is to do something that could, if it was fully animated, in all reality, look and sound and feel exactly like something that Glitch would put out. I want something that Murder Drones fans can enjoy. And not to say that fan works don't have that, but what usually happens with a lot of fan works, and I'm not saying I'm not going to do this. I hopefully I'm doing everything I can not to do this, but generally with fan fiction works, there's a lot of self-inserting. There's a lot of reinterpretations of characters. They make them act and sound in ways that they would never act normally. They wouldn't say the things they do, and there's a lot of flip-flopping, and it's just it's not it's unprofessional is what it is, and that's totally fine. That's the point of a fan fiction. You're not doing it for, you know, you're not doing it for anything more than love of the game or love of the characters, so to speak. So I'm trying to avoid all that as much as possible. I am really experienced as a writer, so I have a little bit more experience, generally speaking, than what you'd find on Wattpad, but that's what I'm going for. As far as Murder Drone season 2 goes, we're planning on 8 episodes. Everything's already planned out. I'm just writing up the screenplays right now. As soon as I get those screenplays done, I pass everything out to the artists and the voice actors and actresses, and we go to town and we get to work. And that's how it works. Not 8 seasons. No, 8 episodes, 2 seasons. I want to get that done before I think about anything else. That's where we're at. Back over to the community post. Oh, okay. At the Jockster, I think is it. Are you going to make Vizzy canon in season 2 of MD? I have to be careful what I say here. I know with the cheese thing, I was joking about how that's the question that's probably going to get me in trouble. This one might actually get me in trouble because I know there are people, when it comes to shipping characters, some of you guys are pretty serious about it, which is fine. I get that. There's a lot of self-inserting that happens. People genuinely love these characters. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just how it is. So when it comes to giving opinions on ships, that can kill you like on the spot. All I can say is if you want Vizzy to happen, you need to do it. Why aren't you doing it? What's your excuse? No, no, no. Don't look away. Don't click off this video. No. What's stopping you? Why haven't you made it happen yet, huh? What why aren't you where's your artwork? Where's your story? Where is it? I don't see it. It's just another idea. It's just something that you mildly enjoy, but where it is not going to exist until you make it exist. So, make it exist. If you want it to happen, that's on you, man. All right? I can't do everything for you guys. You have to you have to carry your own weight at some point here, okay? Tough love. I love you guys. But seriously, you have to bring it to life. As far as Vizzy becoming canon in season 2, that is not on my plate right now. I have other things and I'm bumping my microphone a lot. Sorry. I have other things in mind, but as of now, no, we already have everything laid out. But just like with season 1, if you want to interpret certain things a certain way, you can. All right. The groundwork is laid for that, but it's not going to be said outright. All right. And that, my friends, that is how you handle community ships. You lay the groundwork, but you don't confirm it. All right. You let the fans fill in the gaps. There is a way to go about it to where it's not like sloppy, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, next question. This is from Fried Dog 261. Will you create a real new character for the series? Not series. A real new character. The answer is yes. Again, I've hinted at it before. At the end of season 2, episode 3, there is a big hint at somebody that's going to show up very, very prominently in episode 4. I don't mean to hype this character up enough, but I am very excited to introduce you guys to this character and what this character implies. That is coming soon. At George Justin 2384, any chance that you would make a season 3 of Murder Drones? Again, I'm not going to say no, but as of now, the goal is to finish season 2. 8 episodes is the plan. We'll see how things go from here. Back over to the chat. We've got some questions. This is from Goofy Monkey on VR again. You are my favorite Murder Drones YouTuber. Thank you. Not a question, but thank you. Next actual question, Venator the Third. Can we get a clue for the character's name? You guys want a character's name? Yeah, we're almost to the hour point. Tell you what, once we reach the hour mark, I've got a little timer up here. I don't know if you guys can see it too. We're at 52 minutes right now. Once we reach the hour mark, I will tell you this new character's name. And you guys are going to die laughing. Because if you're a fan of Metal Gear, the one with Raiden. Which one is that? Is that Metal Gear 7? Someone in the chat tell me what Metal Gear that is. I'm totally blanking right now. I've got a million things going through my mind. What's the Metal Gear game with Raiden? The one that's memed to high heaven. If you know what that game is, you're going to recognize the name that I'm about to give you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay. I will tell you guys the name of this character at the hour mark. So, next question. Thank you, Bonnie Plays. I did see your comment. I'm not going to read it out, but thank you. We'll just keep that between you and me. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay. Next question is from, you're going to get me banned. What is this? Is this username does this mean something? At itch_bin_ein_wasser_flash with an E. I really hope I didn't just insult an entire country or something. When do you think the 4th episode of your Murder Drones season 2 will come out? I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And so far it's turned out really good. Also, me and my friends are also making a story/OC. Do you have any tips on how we all could improve on our writing skills? Yes, I do. So Murder Drones season 2, episode 4 will come out when it's ready. I am planning, and Tebow knows this, I'm planning some ideas. Every time an episode is getting ready to come out, I have new ideas to try and make the creative process faster without, I gotta stop hitting my microphone, faster without losing quality. What we're planning on doing, and I'll tell you guys who are watching this, I'll give you guys this sneak peek, if you will. The goal right now, I've assigned all the artists and myself, I'm taking part in this too, because I do art as well. It's not as good, but I do it. we're planning on doing PNGs of the characters in all the artists' styles. Everyone gets assigned a character or two or three, and everyone's going to do 3 versions of that character. And they're going to have a PNG and they're going to send me that. What I can do with those PNGs is put them on any background. I can animate them in any way that I want. And going forward, what I can have the artists focus on is thumbnails. I'm okay with how my thumbnails look now, but guys, can you imagine a thumbnail in the style of the artists that have worked on this series so far? It's going to look so good. It's already in the works right now. They're hard at work at it, and I'm so excited to see what they do. It's going to be great. But that's what I'm going to have them focus on. I'll focus on taking the characters, animating them around, and making it as hilarious as possible. I'm basically already doing that, but with screenshots from the show. And as funny and homemade as that looks, I would like to have just a regular PNG. I have PNGs of myself and Ditto, and I use those all the time. So we're going to do that, but with the Murder Drones characters, it's going to be great. But that's one of the ways we're trying to streamline the process, because I know you guys really want to see these episodes as quickly as possible, and I want to get them to you as quickly as possible. And that's one of the ways we're going to try and overcome the time loop, I guess, that we're in right now, how much time it takes. So I appreciate everybody's patience. I think it's time we change the background again. I'm sorry. It's distracting a little bit. Okay. We need to change this up. Let's change this up a little bit. Okay. That's fine. Let's try this. Oh, ooh. Okay. That's very nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's keep it. Why not? Let's keep that. Are you going to be able? Can you even see it? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, good. All right. Anyway, next question. Oh, really quick. Itch Ben, it's whatever, asked if I have any tips on how him or her and his friends and whoever, how they can become better writers. Well, I will say this. So, you want to be a writer, do you? You want to tell a little story? You want to do a little something special? You want to do something special? Bring a story to life? Is that what you want? Really? That's what you want? You want to do something cool? Here's how you do it. You want to be a better writer? This is what you do. Never edit your work. I'm serious. Never edit your work. I cannot tell you how many young, very prominent writers I have met, and old, people who have fantastic ideas, great interpretations of characters and stories, and things that could, in all seriousness, rival Avengers Endgame. They give me these massive messages. They tell me these way over the top synopses of their stories. And I ask them, well, how far are you into this idea that you have? How neck deep are you into this? How much have you done? And they say, well, I've been working on the first chapter for a while, but every time I get to the end, I have to go back and redo it because I have a better idea. So they're going back and they're editing things. You fool. Never edit your work. Ever. Not even once. I'm serious. When it comes time to write your story, here's what you do. You sit down, you type it up, and that's it. Never. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care if you're one of those people. Oh, but I have to. Bad punctuation gets to. Oh, I like grammar. Shut up. Stop it. Shut up. No, you don't like grammar. You are a writer. You are an artist of the written word. What you do. Wow, that is the most pretentious thing I've ever said. Oh, wow. I don't take it back. The point stands. All right. You are a writer. You write. You don't edit. Are you an editor? No, you're not. No, right now, you and your potential fans and your family and everyone that's working with you, 1 minute from now, I will tell you the name of the character, the highly anticipated character that will be in season 2, episode 4. You are a writer. You're not an editor. You're not a storyboard artist. You're not a director in that moment. When you are writing, you are a writer. You write and you write and you write until you can't write anymore. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be coherent. It doesn't have to look like a story. Just get your ideas out of your head and onto a page. That is how you become a good writer. You completely forego editing. You don't worry about if it makes sense or if other people are going to like it. That doesn't matter. What matters is getting everything up here onto a page. And if you get stuck, throw in the kitchen sink. I'm serious. If what you're writing isn't interesting to you, add a dinosaur, add something, whatever it is, just keep writing. We've reached the hour mark, everybody. We've reached the hour mark. And as per my promise, I will now tell you the name of the character that we caught a very, very small glimpse of at the end of season 2, episode 3. This character, who I am beyond excited to share. Thanks, Gono. Gono quoted me as saying, "You're not someone, Professor 2025. Thank you. Okay. Everybody, here's what it is. So, thank you, Ghoul. Thank you, by the way. I just saw your comment. I'm not going to read it out loud. We'll keep it between you and me, but thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy your stay, and I hope you find things that make you happy. That is the point of all of this. I'm here to entertain, and that's it. I'm not going to make you question your life choices. Entertainment only. That's it. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. We're just here to have fun. So, that being said, the name of the character that will be featured prominently in episode 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 going forward. This is a very important character and arguably the reason why I'm writing season 2 at all, why I'm bringing it to life. This character's name is Armstrong. If you know, you know. It's actually way funnier than I'm making it sound, but you guys won't realize. It'll make sense when episode 4 comes out, okay? Check back here. Armstrong. So, let's go. So, on to the questions again. We're still, I think we're only like halfway through these questions on the post. I definitely want to get through all of those before the stream is over. So, here we go. This is a question from Dr. Banana V2Z. If you had to put all the recurring characters on a tier list, which placement would be the weirdest? Wow. Oh, that is a very specific question. That is a very specific question. Oh man. Okay. Where would be the weirdest placement? Okay, so let's think of the characters from Murder Drones for a second. We've got see you, Tebow. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Let's just say of all the characters, Sin would and this is Sin wearing the skin of Tessa, which is a really weird thing to say out of context. I would put that character right in the middle. I know people love Sin, and I love Sin. I love Sin Tessa. I love the design, but it scares me, man, and it's gross. And when you think about it, everything just starts to just crumble. And the fact that people, I'm gonna go off the rail for a second here. Okay, you guys got to bear with me on this. You've got to bear with me on this. Okay, people are thirsty for Sin Tessa. My brother under the sun, I cannot even begin to tell you all the reasons why that is so messed up. Yes, like Pebble Star says, she's just a goober. She is a goober. But my friend under the sun, praise the sun, that is a murder machine that is wearing the skin of a child. What is wrong with you? I don't know how else to put it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, I'm not. That is what Sin Tessa is. The character design is great. The way she moves and everything's broken and squishy. It's so creepy. It's very well done. She is it's so the second you start. Yes, Francesco. Yeah. We can't defend her. Okay. You can enjoy the character. You can have fun with the character. That is literally a murderous robot that killed all of humanity. And remember, Sin liked Tessa. She did that to someone she liked. Imagine what Sin did to everybody else that she didn't. We don't even get to see it. It's bad, okay? She is a solid C. If I had to look at the tier list, she is a C out of principle alone. I'm not talking design. I'm not talking the fact that she did the goober. Just because of what she is. if I put her any higher on my mental tier list, so to speak, I would probably end up on a list. Okay, that's just me putting it out there. Next question. What is your favorite character? Shoot. I mean, Khan is pretty funny. I would say Khan. No. Thad. Thad is probably my favorite character just because he's just, people say that Sin is just a goober. Thad is just a guy, man. He's just a guy. He's there to back up his friends, even if he has to go to the most horrendous area in the world. He is just a chill guy. I agree, G versus. He's a guy. He's a dude. He's not anything special. He doesn't have cool powers. He's not a disassembly drone by any means. He doesn't have control over a sentry. He doesn't know everything there is to know about doors. There's nothing really special about Thad. And he's my favorite character for that reason. He's just a dude. He's a dude that's backing up his girl, Uzi. There's nothing romantic there. He's just helping out his friends. I respect that, especially with the horrors that he's going up against. Next question. Oh, no. At just, guys, guys, clench up. This is a tough one. At just, you can thank at just a teenage rail fan. At just a teenage rail fan. It's a picture of a train, by the way. Don't take that out of context. That's his profile picture. Rail meaning trains. This individual asks, does pineapple belong on pizza? Holy cow. I'm going to be in serious trouble. How do I answer this? How do I answer this question? Man, this is like, this could be the end. This could be it right here. The FBI could come through that window, which would be crazy because I live in a flying fortress. But like, man, I live on like the 80th floor. But hey, they could still find a way. If Tom Cruise could do it, I'm sure they could do it. You have a sniper on me? Oh gosh. Okay, thanks. Move on, Professor. Don't answer it. No. I have to do this. I'm trying to force myself to cry right now. It's way harder than you might think, especially because I don't feel regret or sadness. I need to change the background. Okay. We have to step away from this because what I'm about to say does not reflect what I'm showing. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me here. Let me change this up. Maybe. Oh, that's way better. That's way better for what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. We've got our heart monitor here. We are about to, I hope not. Oh man. I believe, Francesco, I believe. All right. The question, does pineapple belong on pizza? My gosh. Don't say that, Venator. Please answer wisely. In order to answer this question, I need to give you guys some context. Okay. The context is this. When I was a kid, we would go to Pizza Hut. Now, this may be hard to believe because they don't really do this anymore, but Pizza Hut used to have a pizza buffet. Guys, if you want evidence that life is worth living, I'm joking. Please don't take this out of context. Pizza buffets. Even if you're one of those very special individuals that doesn't like pizza, yes, they exist. Shocking, I know. Pizza buffets. Oh man, I don't care how depressed you are. You go to a pizza buffet, my friend, life will just turn around for you in an instant. Everything will suddenly get better. Pizza buffets are heaven on earth. And let me tell you, when I say that Pizza Hut's buffets, I believe they still have some somewhere, not everywhere. Pizza Hut buffets, they used to have all kinds. They had dessert pizzas, but they had everything. Multi-meat, buffalo chicken, pepperoni, 5-layer cheese, and ham and pineapple. There was, lucky Blue Dragon. I'm answering it, G versus. I'm going to answer the question. Okay. I know. Relax. Pizza Hut buffets were it, man. They were it. And they had ham and pineapple pizza. there was one kind of pizza that was always out of slices. As soon as it would appear, it was gone, man. Everybody wanted it, and it was ham and pineapple. As a kid, we used to fight each other at birthdays and parties. We used to get in fights over the last slice of ham and pineapple pizza. And I figured out why. Okay. I figured out why. It's because what do you have on a ham and pineapple pizza? You've got the ham. So you've got the meat and the cheese and the sauce, which is what pizza should be. Then you've got the pineapple. In pineapple, when it's baked, not just sliced up and thrown on and called a day. No, when it's baked onto the pizza. So not put on after the fact. There's a very specific way it has to be done. When it's put onto the pizza and baked on there, there's no juice running off the side. It's just another topping. It becomes sweet. Pineapple pizza, when it is done right, and it rarely is, I will admit that, when it's rarely done right. I need to stop hitting my mic. It's a circle, and somehow I keep hitting it. So, when it is done right, ham and pineapple pizza is the perfect combination of regular pizza and dessert pizza. It is sweet, it is savory, it has meat, it has the cheese, it has the sauce, but it must be done correctly. When it is not done correctly, it's the most disgusting thing in the world. But when it is done correctly, it's incredible. It's so good. But it has to be done correctly, and I don't know what it is. I have to say this at the end. It's been 15 years since I was last in a Pizza Hut buffet, and since then, I have never found a good ham and pineapple pizza. It just hasn't been. It hasn't done it. I've been yearning. I've been yearning for a good ham and pineapple pizza. Nobody's been able to do it. Rest in peace, ham and pineapple pizza from Pizza Hut buffet. You will be missed. And if you're one of the lucky people out there that has a Pizza Hut buffet, check me out, man. Oh, Goofy Monkey VR. Thank you. Thank you for that is my very first super chat ever. Holy cow. Thank you. I didn't realize people could do that. I didn't realize I'd set that up. Thank you. Okay, Goofy Monkey on VR for 2, is that euros? Forgive me. I'm not the most up to date on my world currency. This individual says, I make books. Do you have any character ideas? Oh, I love this. I love this. Okay. Let's get out of that weird mind. Let me change the background first. Okay. Let me change the background. That's much better. We'll leave it there. Okay. We'll do that. So much better. Now that we're off that very, very sensitive subject. So how do I have any character ideas? I have so many character ideas. Okay, guys, this is what kind of writer I am. This is how my brain works. You guys have probably heard, and maybe you guys are familiar with this. When somebody has something like ADD or ADHD, I'm not a professional, by the way, despite my username. Not a professional. This is just my personal experience. When you have something like ADD, ADHD, autism, the simplest way to phrase it is the individual sees the world differently. They interpret things differently. It's not necessarily right or wrong. They're not instantly a savant because they have something. That's a horrible misconception. Hollywood does not help with that. It is a disability, and not heavy quotation. It is labeled as a disability. But what it is, it doesn't have to be debilitating necessarily. It is just what you have. And as someone who's spent his entire life with autism, it's not like outwardly, it's not obvious. At least I've been told it's not obvious. The way I look at the world is differently. And when it comes to inanimate objects, like the background there, or a stuffed animal, or a funny looking tile on a floor in the bathroom somewhere, I see characters, fictional characters. And yeah, it's been like that my whole life. I just see the world differently. It's not for better or for worse. There's no cure for it, but I don't need a cure necessarily. It's just that's just how it is. And so when it comes to character creation for Monkey on VR, here's
here's my advice. So let's look around what I've got right now. Let's create a character right now. So what do we have? What do we have? We've got a funny looking background, and we've got a shirt on a tripod. So let me ask you guys. Okay, see, four identity, whatever that symbol is. You get it. You understand. So let's look at this. Who do you think? What kind of character? By the way, all of this is on purpose. None of this is on accident. This is my background. What kind of character do you think would inhabit this space? What kind of character in their right mind puts a shirt on a tripod as opposed to just leaving it on a bed or folding it up and putting it away? What does that tell you about a character? Well, for me, I look at that and I think of a character that is acrobatic, that loves to like their house. If you were to pan the camera around and look at the rest of a living space, this isn't my living space or the rest of my background. We're spitballing here. So this character is acrobatic. So they've got like a fireman's sliding pole from the top floor to the bottom floor. They've got like ropes hanging from the ceiling and they like monkey across. They've got monkey bars going into their kitchen. And when you go into their living space, there's a couch, but there's no TV. And what happens is you pull up the couch cushion and you go down another pole or a ladder or something into a separate space, and that's where the TV is. That's the kind of person that would put a shirt on a tripod, in my mind. So I would say start with that. There's a character. Anyone can use that character. It's up for grabs. You've got somebody. We don't know what their gender is. We don't know how tall they are, what they look like, just based on what I've got before me. That's the kind of character I would think of. It's a quirky character. It's a character that puts things in places that isn't normal. That's how you make an interesting character. You take something and you twist it just a little bit. I hope that answers your question. That's one character. I'll give you another one because you were the very first super chat I've ever gotten. Thank you for that. Okay. So, let's say a second character here. Let's block out everything else just off the top of my head. I really like, what should I do? I really like dinosaurs. Go figure. Dinosaurs are cool, guys. Oh, a god type of character. A god type of character? Is that what you mean? Do you mean God or good? Is it a typo? A God character. Yeah. So, okay. That wasn't, let's see. God character. You want a God character. Okay. That's fun. So, like many of you, I spent a lot of time in school learning about Greek mythology, but on my own time, we'll talk about dinosaurs again in a few, in a minute, guys. Okay. I also learned a lot about Egyptian mythology. Egyptian mythology always interested me way more than Greek mythology. This might be a bit controversial to say, but I always thought the Greek mythology was kind of, I don't know how else to put it, inappropriate. Not to say that Egyptian mythology and Roman mythology and other mythology isn't, but Greek mythology especially leans into let's be as inappropriate as possible. And I don't really vibe with that personally. I don't know. When it comes to making a god character, I love deities that feel approachable. And what I mean by that is you can have something that's otherworldly that you never see. Maybe you hear the name of, kind of the way it's done in, I think, Dungeons and Dragons. That's fine. Yeah, Greek mythology has no filter. But I like deities that you can walk up to and talk. That's why I think Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, I love how they depict the Greek gods. Like the characters just run into them. That's great. I like that interpretation of those characters. I think it's done a little bit better in the Egyptian series that the same author does. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but you get the idea. So that's, I would say if you're going to create a god character, do something that feels approachable. You can still make them mysterious and all powerful and omnipotent. That's kind of important when you're doing a deity, but you should try and make them something that your characters can walk up to and talk, or better yet, something that your characters can be in the same room with and not realize that that's the deity over there. That's them. They're just sitting in the corner eating their food. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. If there are ads that are bugging you, I have no control over those. I'm really, really sorry. Thank you guys for sticking around in spite of them. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we got another question from the individual who has a Russian username that I can't. Dima Savenko. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You have a question and a dare. What's your opinion? Okay, don't tell me I don't have to do the dare if I don't want to. I'm obviously not going to do the dare. Don't give me an out. Okay, I understand you're trying to be nice, but if you're going to give somebody something, just give it to them. Don't make it like, don't give people an out. Just say what you need to say. Don't apologize for whatever it is you're doing. Just put it out there. All right, tangent over. What's your opinion on Poppy playtime? And do a flip. I'll tell you what, if I get another super chat for any amount at all, I mean, the amount will affect how good the flip is, but I will do a flip if I get another super chat. That's fine. My opinion on Poppy playtime, I'm grateful that it exists. It is yet another example of don't encourage for Denny, don't do that. Don't tell people to super chat. Okay. I am not one of those streamers. Okay. I will not do anything for views. But as far as Poppy playtime goes, it's great. I'm glad it exists. It definitely has its high and low points. But oh my gosh. Okay, the chapter, is it chapter 3? Was that the one before the latest one that came out? The one that Why you do this to me, Francesco? Why you do this to me? How could you betray me like this? How could you do this? How could you do this? This could be the end of the stream, but I will do it. I'm going to take off everything that might get caught. Pardon my hair. Poppy playtime's great. Chapter 3 scared the heck out of me. I haven't seen chapter 4 yet. All right, flip time. Let's do a flip. Do a flip. Should I? My fan is on. I should probably. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Okay. I've never done a flip in a lab coat before. I hope you guys will bear with me on this. We're going to need to change the background up for this, though. Yeah, that's more like it. That seems about right. That's all right. Here we go. Oh no, Goofy Monkey Fear. Thank you all for the super chats. This could be the end of the stream. If this is my end, I just want you all to know that I have enjoyed every second of this. I regret nothing except probably this flip. So thank you. Wasn't this a Q&A stream? When did that change? All right, we'll get back to the, if I survive, we're going to go back to the questions here in a minute. All right, here we go. 2 flips. No, I said 1. All right, I'll do 2, but let's bear with me here, okay? I'm going to do what I can with the space I've been given, okay? I'll tell you here, can I make you guys a deal? In all seriousness, I'll make you guys a deal real quick. If this isn't satisfying to you, then as soon as we're done with this stream, I'll go to a spot where I can do like a regular flip, and I'll record that and I'll upload it as a short. We have a deal? Deal? Give me a thumbs up if that's a deal. If this isn't good enough for you, just let me know. I'm going to do the best I can with the space I've got. Okay, guys? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I'm not doing 3. Where did the 3 come from? Did I get another super chat? I didn't get another one, did I? No, there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, there's just 2 flips. That's what you get. All right. See you on the other side. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Okay. This could break my bed too. Oh gosh, this is not a lot of space. Oh man, I better not hurt my favorite plushie. I'll reveal that. I was going to reveal that plushie at the 1 minute or the hour 30-minute mark, but I guess I'm going to reveal it now. Here we go. For a couple of dollars. Wow, I'm so cheap. Anyway, here's 1. Oh gosh, I'm going to put a hole in my wall. Okay. Where'd my glasses go? Did I just lose my glasses? Okay. It is a miracle I did not just put holes in the wall. That's 1. There they are. Here's 2. Okay. We're going to take these off this time because I do not want to lose those. Expensive. All right, that's 1. Here's 2. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. I do not have enough space in here to do a flip, guys. That was my footsies. Oh. Okay. Ugh. Ow. Okay, and I'll reveal my plushie. That's not the plushie, by the way. This is just an orca. Don't pay attention to that. This is my favorite plushie. Right here. This is a gift that I got. It's me. This is me. Bet you weren't expecting to see this, were you? Yeah, one of my fans, back when I had a P.O. box, sent me a body pillow of myself. Yeah. Oh gosh, Elsa, don't quote that. You can't see without his glasses. Anyway, there's your reveal. Thanks for sticking around for an hour and 30 minutes. Yeet. No? Okay, good. Yeet. Where's the remote? Did I lose the remote? No. Don't tell me I lost the remote. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, good. All right, let's change the background. I need to escape that as much as possible. There we go. That's better. Oh, man, that hurt. Okay. Thank you for the super chats. I am not doing that again. I hope that was satisfying because I hurt my feet and I almost kicked a hole in my wall. Okay. He's wondering why he's single. Yo. Yo, that cuts a little deep. That cuts a little deep. What are you saying? What are you saying? Women don't want to date someone that has a body pillow of themselves as a joke? Come on. That was a good one, though. That was a good burn. Anyway, back to the questions, the point of this live stream. Okay. Stan C5P. Which other shows do you like? Okay, I'm going to get a little obscure here, but stay with me on this. Stay with me, all right? Let me know if you guys have seen these. I don't think I broke my foot, but I do have a really high pain tolerance, so I don't know if it's just taking its time to get to me or not. We'll find out by the end of the stream, I'm sure. Okay, other shows that I enjoy. Thundercats 2011. If you don't know anything about Thundercats, watch Thundercats 2011. It's such an awesome show. It got canceled after one season. That is a show that I would be willing to do a second season for. It was that freaking good. In fact, I probably am going to do that at some point. That show is so good. Thanks, Goofy Monkey on VR. That is very weird to say. Thank you, I think. Anyway, next question. Is water wet or not? This is from Uzi Dorman WD. Is water wet? I don't have any water on me. We'll just assume that it isn't. Next question. This is from Eggs Yeast. Interesting username. Will episodes take longer because the quality of episodes of season 2 MD? I'm hoping not. I already explained this earlier, but I'm hoping that the episodes actually come out more frequently because we're trying to streamline things. I'm getting those PNGs from the artists. Hopefully voice acting will get easier too. I don't know if this is ever going to happen, but I would love to get the voice lines as quickly as possible. It's an ongoing process. Stay with me, guys. I hope that it's going to be great. The series will be concluded though. We're not going to leave this hanging. Question 2, how long do you think episodes will take? Not long. They'll take as long as they need to, and I will get them done as quickly and effectively as possible. Next question from the chat. This is from Nova, one of our awesome voice actresses. By the way, the voice of Uzi. Make sure you're subscribed to her. She's got a lot of good work. I assume you're asking GIF or GIF. You should decide wisely here. GIF or GIF. So it's GIF. I say GIF because GIF implies J. Not in all cases. English is a complicated language. But yeah, I say GIF. Because GIF sounds like you're saying it wrong. It's a personal preference. I'm not going to try and justify it. It's called, Jiffy Lube, Jif peanut butter. It's got a J. So, I know there are people that say GIF, not GIF. I don't know. If you put a T on the end of GIF, it's gift. So why not just say GIF? I don't know. That's how I put it. I hope that answers your question. Next question from the chat. The Portal question is a good one. Do you know the Spherical Moron? Yes, I do. I love the Portal games. Fun fact, my siblings and I never have we yelled at each other and fought one another as fiercely as we did playing Portal 2 together. Blood was drawn on those days, man. But we got through it. We got through it. Great game, by the way. Pick it up if you haven't already. It's on Steam. I think it's pretty cheap too. Next question is from Francisco Alexander 317. If Dipper meted Uzi and N, what questions would he ask them? Wow, so you guys are like, I can't sound like Dipper, but I imagine if Dipper from Gravity Falls met Uzi and N, he would probably ask them how they're still alive and how they gain sentience and stuff like that. But it's, I don't know. Dipper, I feel like wouldn't survive very long because Uzi would probably just murk him. Uzi doesn't like humans. That's a sad reality. Next question. Would it really be out of character if she did? I don't think so. I don't think it would be out of character at all. She would just right there, put him down. Next question from Cosmo XD. Oh, this is a really good question. How do I audition for a character in your show? Go to the email. Send me your audition to the email. You have to send me your portfolio though. I get way too many emails from fans like you who just want to be a part of it. They want to show me their art. They want to do voice acting, whatever it might be. They want to edit, they want to write, whatever it is. But that's all they tell me in their email. They're just like, I want to be a part of it. I can't do anything with that. I need a portfolio from you guys. What a portfolio is it is examples of your work. The reason that everyone is involved, everyone who's already a part of this project, the reason they're involved is because they sent me examples of their work. That's what I need from you guys. Okay. Send me an example of your work. We'll go from there. If it's something I want to proceed with, we'll go. We'll go from there. If it's something I'm not a fan of, then that's probably going to be the end of it. All right. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not just going to give you a chance because you reached out to me. You're going to have to stand out. So give me an example of your work. If you can't even do that, then I'm not even going to consider you. I get too many messages. That's just the reality of it. So there you go. Electro Burst X asked, how do jobs work at Glitch Production? How do jobs work at Glitch? Well, generally you go onto their website and this isn't how it always goes. There's two ways that it works. Either you go onto their website, to their career center, and you apply that way. Again, you have to provide a portfolio of your work, or bye Pebblestar, you're awesome. Or if you're an animator, you put your animations up on the internet with the message, I'm looking for work. And Glitch is really, really good at reaching out to people and bringing them on that way. So maybe consider doing that. Just an idea. Put yourself out there is what I'm saying. You have to be willing to do that. So should I send €1 or €2? If not, I'll be completely broke. How about this, Goofy? Hold on to your euros. I appreciate the financial support, but honestly, you can do more for me by just sharing my videos with other people. Or if you want to save some money, you can go to shopprofsir.myspreadshop.com. I've got a ton of merch that's up right now, like stickers, 99-cent stickers, by the way. That's what I like, having affordable stickers. A sticker should never be more than 99 cents. That's it. But bye Goofy. Yeah, I would say if you guys want to support me financially, then buy some merch. It's fun. I've got shirts, I've got hats, but stickers are what I'm most passionate about. In fact, there's a sticker of me face down in a pool from a video I did way back. It's funny. But yeah, check it out. shopprofsir.myspreadshop.com. Pick up some merch if you have a chance. It's affordable, it's fun, and it's guaranteed to ship out. So next question from Step. Do you need any more artists, Prof? I'm good with paper and pencil, still practicing digital. Oh, believe me, I need as many artists as we can get. As many as I can get. Because the more artists we have, the faster episodes can come out, because art is what takes the longest. The voice acting takes time, obviously, and the writing takes time, but it's the art. The art is what takes the longest, and that is by design. I want everyone to do things in their style. I'm not looking for anybody to mimic Glitch's style or anything like that. If you can, great. But yeah, just send me your portfolios. Sir Mr. Senior Official at gmail.com. That's it. Here, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. This is where you should send your portfolio if you want to help with this project. There's the email right there. That's how it works. So, but you need to send me examples of your work, whether it's voice acting, art, whatever it is. Send me examples, okay? I can't do anything with I want to help. Cool. With what? Just reach out, okay? That's all I'm saying. Back to the chat here. This is from Skyrim Productions. This is one of our voice actresses. She's fantastic. She is, I believe, the voice of Lizzie and V. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. This question is, are there going to be any episodes of mostly the past? So flashback episodes. Not really, if I can help it. I'm going to try and stay focused on the present. We'll do a couple flashbacks here and there, but I want to stay focused on what's happening here and now. Great question. Next question comes from the chat. This is from Rob. Rob, what is your question? If you'd choose one movie, one show, and one game, what would they be? They can't be indie. One movie, one show, one game. Movie would be Jurassic Park, because I love dinosaurs. Show would be Psych. Psych's amazing. If you haven't seen Psych, watch Psych. And the game would be You're a Great Narrator. Thank you. The game would probably be, oh shoot, what is it called? Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. If you don't know what that game is, such a vibe. That game is such a vibe. Check that out. What's your favorite Pokemon? From Ant Guy. Favorite Pokemon is probably Ditto. Definitely Ditto. I do like Ditto quite a bit. Ditto was the second mascot on my channel for a long, long time. But Sylveon, close second. Hesitantly, close second. I do have a life-size Sylveon plush that's just out of frame over here, and I will be showing it off at the end of the live stream. So if you guys want to see her, you're going to have to wait till the end of that. But yeah, really, really cool. Next question comes from the post. Is Ned and Jazz going to betray Uzi? This is from, I'm not even going to try to say that. Something with a T. Is Ned and Jazz going to betray Uzi? No spoilers, but I guess it depends on who you're asking. Depends on who you're asking. Next question from @myapologies, but who am I? I don't know what to ask other than what is going to happen with the Solver being back. No spoilers, but I will say that the Solver is going to play an important role in the season. Again, season 2 is meant to be a direct continuation of season 1. That is my goal. I want the characters to act the same way they did in season 1. They can still have development, but I don't want them to do a complete 180 and become different characters. Consistency, continuity is key. That's the goal. Do you plan on making, this is from Sir Benito. Do you plan on making any other ships canon during season 2 of Murder Drones? I wasn't aware I made any ships canon in the first place, but we'll have to wait and see. No spoilers. Next question is from Finn. Finn, one of our awesome artists. Finn-M9D. Is someone going to die in season 2? Finn, we're all going to die. That's an ASDF reference, by the way. Don't get existential on me. Anyway, maybe not the best response to that question. No spoilers. That's my response. How many episodes to MD season 2 from GVS? 8. 8 episodes so far. From Natalie Jemba 01F, will there be more moments in Murder Drones season 2 like the ones in episode 3 when Uzi's eye spams out? I like the mystery of what the Solver does to drones. No spoilers, but yes. Next, do you plan on making a fully animated series of MD season 2 from Ramona? Yes. Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is my top priority, guys. Top priority. That I want that so bad. I know you guys want that too. I get comments on every single episode I put out. I want it to be fully animated so bad. I don't know how to animate yet. As soon as I figure out how to do that, I will get to work on it. If there's any animators that want to get started on that already, they have my full permission to do so. They don't have to work with me. If somebody just wants to do it, 2D, 3D, whatever it might be, go for it. Anybody can do it. I don't care how high or low quality it is. Just go for it, guys. That is my top priority, though. The way things are shaping up now, it's probably not going to happen until season 2 is done. But anything could happen. Anything could happen. Next question is from Glitched Gamer 08. What is your view on ENVY? Envy? Are you talking? I assume this is a ship of N and V. I would say it's the same as most ships in the show, other than Uzi and N, because that's officially canon. I I look at N and V and I go, what are you? What are you? In fact, that is no spoilers, but that is a big focus. Not a big focus, but that is something I would like to tackle a little bit with Murder Drone season 2. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but you guys will be the judge of that. From Rad Bad Ad, are you a professional sir? Hence the channel name. No. So the story behind my username, really quickly, I wanted it to just be the word professor, but professor was obviously taken. So I decided I was going to scheme a little bit. I was going to be a little stinker. I was going to take the word professor and just do PROF dot SIR, sir. So it's the word when people say my username, they call me like professor, sir, and stuff like that, which is fine. I respond to that, but my actual username is just professor. It's say it how it's spelled, not profess.sr or whatever. People come up with some crazy interpretations of my username, but that's my username. I'm not a professional sir though, but I am a professional writer. Dutch asks, how's your day going? Pretty good. Still alive. Justin Chong Yi1 QTSS asks, how to get better at writing? Actually write. Some of y'all can't even do that. Yes, I'm calling you out. It's tough love. Actually write. Sit down and write, dang it. Next question from the chat. What's your opinion on Digital Circus? Ant Guy, what a good question. What is my opinion on the amazing Digital Circus? So I actually have a visual aid for this. This is my super special and super secret journey across the land. And what it is it's a sketchbook that I have filled with stickers. I could have drawn things in here for sure, but I prefer putting my stickers up. Some of these stickers, like this one, I drew that one. I also drew that one, obviously. These ones over here are from artist friends of mine that have given them to me. This is a fun collection of it's like a scrapbook, basically. I think scrapbooking is way too complicated sometimes, but it's done very, very well. But this is yeah. And I try and write it in a way so where if people want to screenshot it and like read it, you absolutely can. It's nothing like too like personal or anything like that. It's just it's public. But there's a picture right here of that, if you guys don't know, is Lizzie Freeman. So Lizzie Freeman, that's Lizzie Freeman and me, by the way. My hair's a little longer and a little messier at that point, but that's Lizzie Freeman and I. And she signed the bottom of. She actually took the picture, and her assistant took the picture, and she signed it for me. And we talked for just a little bit. She didn't have a very big line, which I was shocked at. But we talked about Enna, ENA. Enna is one of my favorite things ever on the internet. And Lizzie Freeman, by the way, is also the voice actress of Pomni in The Amazing Digital Circus. Yes, I met Lizzie Freeman. She is a sweetheart. Funny thing about that event, I was going specifically to meet Lizzie Freeman. I didn't realize the event, which was called Cowacon, by the way. Here, let me get a thing. I have a thing for it real quick. Let me tell you. So I went to this thing called Cowacon. Here we go. And the way it works, so this is Cowacon right here. No, that is not Aqua from Konosuba. That's just their mascot. Really, really cool event. I only went on Friday, as you can see. And I went to Cowacon with the mission to meet Lizzie Freeman. Hang on, I need to change the background. It's bugging me a little bit. Let's make this a little more exciting, huh? Where's the remote? There's the remote. Here's the remote. Ooh. Is that a fire? Oh, yeah, it's like a fire. Okay. It's either a fire or a fart cloud. I can't tell which is which, but I'm sure it's fine either way. So, meeting Lizzie Freeman, I went to Cowacon specifically to meet her. And I did just that. But I realized something when I walked in. First and foremost, half the convention, so this convention didn't start till like noon. It's on a Friday, so I understand that. I'm waiting in line. I got there at like 10 a.m. Wasn't really expecting it to take that long. Snom is the goat. Thank you, Clay Clay. And I finally get into this event after waiting for 2 hours in this convention center, dressed as I normally am. And these lab coats get really hot. They do not breathe. They're not supposed to. They're a lab coat. But I finally get in and I'm already a mess. And I go over to where Lizzie Freeman's supposed to be, and that entire half of the convention is closed. It's not open yet. They were going to wait an extra hour to open the other half of the convention. The tickets were $55 for one day. I was pissed. So I lined up again and I waited and I waited and I waited. And finally, the time came when they opened the second half of the convention. So I went in and thank you, Elsa. Thank you very much. So I go into this place and I'm like, why are there all these TV screens? There's screens everywhere. They're set up everywhere. There's more over there. There's a couple more artists over there. There's like arcades over there, but there's like big TV screens and they're turned sideways. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I go back and I meet Lizzie Freeman, have a great conversation with her. She's an absolute sweetheart. Say hello to her if you have a chance. But okay, that's really cool, Francesco. So I did all that. And as I'm leaving my meeting with Lizzie Freeman, they start turning all these screens on. Like, okay, what's going on here? Are they like, is it a show or something? What are they doing? And it's freaking VTubers everywhere. There is a massive it's like Gamer Subs or something. I'm not sponsored in any way. That's just the stand that was in the corner. It's like there's VTubers everywhere, every size, every kind of variety. They are freaking all around me. And it gets worse. I'm okay with VTubers. I actually follow a couple of them unironically because they're really funny. I actually know a couple VTubers, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, they're turning all these screens on and all these VTubers. There's agencies. They have entire booths everywhere. And I'm looking around and then they bring out the microphones. And I'm not even kidding you. They put microphones on stands in front of all the computer screens and they start setting up lines. And they're inviting random people like me to walk up and talk to the VTubers as they're streaming. And that was when I realized that this was the greatest purchase I had ever made in my life. Now, I'm a pretty good performer. I think that I'm a pretty good performer. It's subjective for sure. But to have the opportunity, I've done pretty much everything on my creator bucket list, except reach 1 million followers on some platform. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I've done a lot. I've met tons of people, famous and otherwise. I've been to places I never would have been on my own, but I've never interacted with a VTuber on stream before. I've never been invited on. I don't know why, probably because it doesn't really fit their brand, whatever it might be. That's fine. Here I was, and I could say anything into this microphone. I could walk up and I could either make or ruin this poor person who was probably sitting in a hotel room or side room nearby. By the way, they were having a lot of technical issues, which was sad. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm very, very proud of myself because in this moment, it would have been so easy to just walk up and say something, I don't know, rude or horrible. Not that that's where my mind usually goes to first, but the option was there. And I have no doubt that other people were doing that. It was very easy. Bandwidth and networking was awful. All of them were struggling. And as I'm standing in line, carrying my stuffed dinosaur and wearing my Jurassic Park lanyard, I have this moment where I realize, they're probably going to talk to a lot of weirdos. Because, like, who goes to a convention just to see a single obscure VTuber? Probably somebody pretty based, I'm not going to lie. But you get the idea. They're probably going to talk to a lot of weirdos. And they were. Like, the people in front of me, you could tell these were guys that hadn't seen the sun in years. And I can say that because I was in the sun for 20 minutes straight yesterday. Yeah. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching all these interactions take place, and it's very awkward. You can tell these are people that go to conventions, that spend all their time in arcades. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way that there's not a lot of like social awareness happening, which is fine. And I had this moment where I'm like, you know what? You know what? No one's paying me to do this. I'm paying to be here. I'm just gonna be nice. I'm gonna do something fun. I'm gonna, heaven forbid, I try and make this person who's not even like there in person. They're just trying to like stream and have a good time and be there. They're probably not even there by choice. It's their agencies, because these were VTuber agencies. They had all their booths set up and it was cool, but they're having all these technical problems. They've got kind of weird people walking up and talking to them. And like, I'm just trying to like be there and have fun. And I'm going to try and do the same for them. So I walk up and I'm talking to them, and I made it my goal from that point on, for better or for worse, to talk to every single VTuber that made an appearance at this convention. Cowicon, is this 2025? I think it was 2025. I'm pretty sure this was 2025. Yeah, Cowicon 2025. And that's what I did. And it took a lot of time. Like one of them, I asked her what, because she really liked claw machines. That was what she told me. And I asked her, well, all right, hypothetical. Let's say your agency comes to you tomorrow and is like, listen, we're going to make a claw machine themed around you, but we need you to decide what we're going to put in it. And I posed the question to her, what would you put inside your own claw machine? Because I've actually interviewed not a lot, but I've interviewed celebrities, voice actors, just regular people like you and me. I've interviewed a lot of people, and I have a lot of interview questions just like on hand that I can lean into, and they're all fun, they're all harmless. You're not going to question life or anything like that. But like, wait, Francesco, you were there? Wow. Well, if you see me at an event, come up and say hi. Just let me know. I don't go to a lot of events, but welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Pebble, Rob. Thank you. But yeah, I made it my mission at that point to go up and try and, well, my top priority was just to thank the VTubers for being there, because it didn't have to be. I could have come up with an excuse to not go. To cut out early, they very easily could have used the networking problem to just like turn their screens off and move on to the next one. And there were a lot of these VTubers, and some of them didn't have anybody talking to them. Like they were just standing there, standing there. The screen was on and they were just kind of looking around awkwardly, and nobody was coming up and talking to them. And guys, I am I am I hate that. I hate seeing that, because it happens at every event I go to. There's a voice actor or an actor or an artist or a comic book person or something, and they're at their table and nobody's talking to them, or a wrestler or whatever it might be. And I've made it my goal in life to talk to those people. I don't always buy something from their table or anything like that, but I try to at least talk to those people and thank them for being there, because it's tough. And I've been in those situations. I've been to conventions, I've hosted conventions and had booths set up and sold nothing. And it's so demoralizing. And sometimes you don't eat if you didn't bring food with you, because if you get up and leave, all your stuff's still there. Someone could steal it, or someone who would have bought something and talked to you doesn't get to see you. So it's this back and forth. It's really mentally straining. So I made it my goal at that point to talk to all the VTubers, and none of them remember me. I'm sure I don't want to be remembered, but it was nice, because in that moment, it went from something that was all about what I wanted. I wanted to talk to Lizzie Freeman. That was all I wanted. It went from that to, what is it going to cost me? What is it going to cost me to try and make somebody else's day a little bit better? Ask them questions about themselves, having fun, stuff like that. Heaven forbid I do that. A random stranger. I'm never going to see these people again. I'm never going to talk to them. They're not going to remember this, but at the very least, I can do something nice for somebody else. And that's all I need. All right. That's cool. So I'm going to do that. And that's what I did. And that is why, to this day, Cowicon is my favorite convention that I've ever been to, as of now. Just because I had the opportunity, it was an organic moment and it was funny. Plus, like, walking around talking to VTubers, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life. And I've done some very ridiculous things. But yeah, I hope that answers the question. We're almost done with the post. I have like 4 more questions on the community post. Then I'll talk to chat a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day. We're almost 2 hours in. We're doing good, guys. Stay with me here. Oh, Creeper Craftis 665. How did you come up with the name of Prof. Sir? I already explained it, but basically the word professor was taken, so I split it up into prof.sir. It's still professor. If you call me Professor Sir, that's fine. I answer to both. But yeah, Professor is the username that was available, and it just stuck, and I'm grateful for it. It wasn't always Professor, though. I used to be called Sir Mr. Senior, but people got the wrong idea because I didn't show my face at that point. So people would pronounce it Sir Mr. Senior, just like that. And then they'd see my face and they'd be like, wow, you look different. You're like, sorry. It was supposed to be a riff on a band name that I really liked, but yeah, you get the idea. Ernest Mosher Oath says, are you and Sin just as silly? I hope I'm not as silly as Sin. Sin's version of silly is taking the skin of the people they like and wearing them like a meat suit. I ain't about that life, cuz a little too much for me. How much, this is from Cash Labish Games. How much wood can a woodchuck okay, again, really with this? Elsa already asked this, guys. Already asked this. A woodchuck, if they could chuck wood, would chuck around, I would say 38 pounds of wood in a given day, an entire day, because they would focus on small parts, chucking as they can, rather than taking big chunks and burning all their gas at once. Woodchucks are smart. They're going to start with smaller pieces. They're going to chunk them a small distance, and they're going to get as much done in as much time as they can. I would say about 28 pounds. They don't want to overwork themselves. Woodchucks are very busy and they have a very short lifespan. So they have to do what they can. I would say about 28 pounds, 38 pounds, excuse me. I forget how many kilos that is. How can I shape a... Oh my. This is from Dawn at Night Disc. This is a weird one. This is from Dawn at Night Disc. This is not my question. This is theirs. You can see it for yourself. It's on the community post. Ask me anything. How can I shape a baby's head into a cone? Wow. How can I shape a baby's head into a cone? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take Blue Dragon's answer from the chat. Use plaster. Next question. Please don't actually do that. This is the last question from the community post. Then we'll focus on chat and then we'll call it a day. And I will finally show you guys my life-size Sylveon plush. So, Eva, which is just off screen right over here, by the way. This is from Eva Grace's Stories. Cool Pomni picture, by the way, for your profile. They ask, how do you feel confident with your writing? I've been working on a story since I was 6 years old and still haven't published the dang thing. Well, Eva, here's what you do. Yes, I do have a life-size one. Eva, this is how you get confident in your writing. You take your personal project, whatever it is, that thing you've been working on forever and a day, and you always dream about it and you daydream about it and you talk about it. Whenever you see a cool or inspiring movie, you imagine your characters interacting with that movie and that movie's characters. Here's how you bring that story to life. You crumple it up into a ball and you throw it away. And you leave it in the corner of your room for an extended period of time, and you go and do literally anything else. Because if you've been working on that story since you were 6, chances are, I'm saying this as someone who had a story like this, and I completely parted ways with it. That story is probably not that good. If you've been thinking about it since you were a kid, the characters, they're cool to you, they're nostalgic for you, but they don't mean anything to anybody else. And if you try to bring them to life at this point, yes, I am telling you to give up on that dream in particular. But here's the thing. If you go and do literally anything else, President Troll is the first book that I ever wrote, and I was not passionate about it. I hated it because it was based on a prompt that you guys picked for me. I wrote the entire story in a week. That was it. And I published it on Amazon, which you can do for free, by the way. And I put it out there, and it was supposed to be one and done. And I was like, all right, I've proven that I can write. Now I can write the things I really want. But people liked President Troll because I wasn't super passionate about the characters. I hadn't been thinking about them for years. I just did whatever felt cool in the moment. It was the rule of cool in book form. It has everything. President Troll has robots, evil dragons, people getting isekai'd, someone becoming president of the United States, everything. It has it all. Beautiful female characters that are described only. You can fill in the gaps. Like it's just whatever I thought was cool in the moment. Male characters that aren't complete doofuses, references to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It has everything. And President Troll is what people love. They love, people that have read the book series love it. Even people that are really critical of the stuff that I've produced before, they still like President Troll. And that came about. The only reason President Troll exists is because I was willing to take my personal project and throw it off to the side and acknowledge that as passionate as I was about it, I could probably do better. And I probably, if I really was, here's what I'm going to tell you. Let me summarize everything for you, okay? If nothing else, Eva, take this. If you really love this story that you've been working on, don't start with it. All right? Come back to it after you've written a bunch of other things. Because by the time you come back to it, you'll be such a better writer. And you can actually make it good. You can actually make it the amazing story that you know it is. But until that point, book 3 is currently being edited in the other room, by the way. My editor is next door working on it. Let her cook. But yeah, Elsa's read President Troll. President Troll was not the story I am super passionate about, but people love it. The story that I'm super passionate about, I haven't even gotten to yet because I'm saving it for once I become a great writer. Build up to that point. If it's a story that you're passionate about, build up to it. Don't start with that. Don't start there. Write as much as possible. The best writers in the world are the people that write as many books as possible. Not for a series, just in general. And any writers group worth their salt, any professional writer worth their salt will tell you that. When it comes to writing, it really is the quality doesn't come until after the quantity. Once you've done a lot of books, the quality naturally starts to come about. Okay? That's how you become a good writer. You write and write and write and write and write until you can't write anymore. And that is the final question from my community post. I'm going to close out of that. Thank you to everyone who left a comment on that post. You're welcome to still ask me questions there. I'll answer them when I can. Now onto the chat. Let's focus on some questions you guys have been spamming in the chat for a while now. When is book 3 coming out? As soon as it's done. I think I'm going to take book 3 and just put it into the mega volume rather than publishing it by itself. I'd rather just take the redone versions of book 1 and 2, put it together with book 3, release it for like $15, put it up on Amazon, and call it a day. It's much better as a mega volume as opposed to 3 separate books. They play off one another way better. That's coming soon. Okay, next question. Thoughts on the finale? This is from Francesco. Thoughts on the finale of the 3rd season of Invincible? I'll be honest, I haven't watched the show at all. I have read all of the comics, and I cannot believe that became a show. It is so brutal. The comics are not for kids. I read them when I was a kid, unfortunately. Couldn't tell the difference. Didn't realize that there was a regular comic book section in the library and an adult comic book section in the library. The Watchmen was in the adult section, so was Invincible, and they were there for a reason. But dang, dude. Wait, no, that's wrong. No, Watchmen. I read Watchmen when I was a kid because I didn't realize it was in the adult section for a reason. Invincible was in my middle school. Public school libraries are insane. Seriously, I would love to do a video on that, guys. I would love to do a video on that. But yeah, I haven't watched any of Invincible yet. I haven't. That series did something to me, man. It's not, yeah, my middle school was insane. Remind me to make a video on that someday, because seriously, it's nuts. Next question. We'll just pick the first one that I see here from Haunter_G. When do you think the real Murder Drone season 2 will happen, if it does? And will you be animating your fan series? I will be animating it at some point. I don't know when. I will be doing it as soon as possible. If Murder Drone season 2 actually does happen, it's probably, according to Glitch themselves and Liam Vickers, it's probably not going to happen until after the Amazing Digital Circus. And you guys can, that's not very comforting, because the Amazing Digital Circus, like, when was the last time we got an episode? A while ago, and they take months. Granted, the quality is there, but it's taking, and they're doing the Gaslight District now too. They're going to do another series here in the near future. So I don't think Murder Drone season 2 is officially going to happen for quite a while, if it ever does. Now, that being said, we are going to continue to get animated, ads and shorts from the Glitch House and stuff like that. But an official season, I don't know. Next question that I see from Pebblestar. Would you like me to make you a comic and with your Murder Drones OC, and what's their gender, personality, if they're gay, straight, bi, or not, how old are they, etc.? Tell you what, Pebblestar, go to the email that I put in earlier, Sir Mr. Senior Official at gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll get your Discord. I don't want you to share it publicly. Just I'll get your Discord. I can message you that way, and we can go from there if you're serious about it. And we'll go from there because I would love to work with you guys. But anyway, next question from Blue Dragon. Random question that you may not know the answer to. Do you know what a home lab is? I believe a home lab is when you have like a bunch of tables set up in like your kitchen and you're cooking things that might be illegal. I think that's what a home lab is. Next question. Glitch In. Thank you. It's the Glitch In. Yeah, we'll still get Murder Drone stuff for Glitch In, but I don't know if an official season's ever going to happen at this point. We'll see. Next question from Alec D. How experienced do you need to be to apply for the project? It could be your first time doing this stuff. I don't care. As long as you're willing to do it. That's the only requirement. So as long as you're willing to do it, just you have to send me examples of your work first, okay? Because I am spearheading all of this and I do have the final say. That's just how it's being published to my channel. I have the final say. That's the agreement. And everyone that's currently on the project knows that. They've agreed to that. So that's just how it is. Sorry, I'm actually fasting today, so I'm starving. My lips are chapped and bleeding. I apologize for my appearance, guys. I'm doing the best I can. Doing the best. I just want to keep you guys entertained. So, Ant Guy, sorry, you've been spamming this question for a while now. I'm going to answer it now. What's your opinion for Plants vs. Zombies? Ooh. Oh, I love Plants vs. Zombies, man. I used to play the demo for Plants vs. Zombies over and over and over again. And I would just beat it over and over again. And I loved it. And as an adult with adult money, I finally bought the full game, the first one. Played the heck out of it, beat it over and over again, and I'm still playing it. I'm still replaying that game over and over again. I've played the second one. I haven't played Garden Warfare. I've heard they're okay, but yeah. Hey, Shane, welcome. What's your opinion on Breaking Bad from Francesco? Ooh, Breaking Bad is iconic. It's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that it was made. I'm glad it exists. And I'm glad people seem to enjoy it because it really is. It's pretty good. I'm definitely more of like a Psych fan or a Monk fan. I don't know. I like shows that are more comedic, but not to say that Breaking Bad doesn't have its comedic moments. It does, but I definitely prefer watching Psych as opposed to Breaking Bad. That's just my personal preference. From Cameraman YT Chaos Gaming and Animation, any idea why you haven't seen my portfolios yet? I don't. If you've sent them and I haven't responded, but I've seen them, chances are I didn't want to go with them yet, or it got lost in the sauce, so to speak. Because I get hundreds of emails every single day for Murder Drones specifically. There are tons and tons of you that want to be a part of this. So I don't always have the time to tell everybody, thank you for your time, or yes, you're on board. Sometimes I have to go back through and it's a complete mess. I honestly probably need some help, but we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep going. I would say if I haven't responded to you yet, send it again. I will respond at some point. It just might take time. Do you stream often? No, actually, I don't. It's a bit hard when you're going to school full time and you're trying to write full time and you're trying to have a normal job full time and you're trying to take care of family full time. It's a lot. So I don't always do it. Today is special though. We cleared 60,000 subscribers, 70,000 subscribers. Sorry. We're so close, guys. The day I get 100,000 subscriber plaque, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait for that day. I haven't picked anything. 70.1? Are you serious? Wait, what? There's no way. Actually? Oh, okay. Yeah, 100,000 is going to be nuts. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you guys. That was, yeah. Thanks for 70.1. I'm sorry, guys. My lips are so chapped. Thank you guys. I cannot wait. It has been a dream since I was a kid to get a YouTube play button, an actual one. The million one is cool, I'm sure, but like just a regular 100,000 one, I just want one. I think that would be so, so cool. We'll do 5 more questions. Or no. We'll do 4 more questions because we're working on episode 4 right now. 4 more questions, then we'll call it a day. I'll show you guys my life-size Sylveon plush, which is just out of frame here, and we'll call it a day. The Ghoul. What are your thoughts on the Monsterverse? Oh, from Universal? Oh, so much missed opportunity there. That being said, I am so excited for Epic Universe. Universal Studios Epic Universe is going to be insane. I'm so excited. I love the Universal monsters so much. In fact, when I get to my Plague Doctor story I'm planning on telling, I'm going to be leaning heavily into the Universal monsters. But anyway, that's a story for another day. All right, that's the 4th one. 3rd final question from Gono. Do you have a rough time estimate for when the next episode is coming out? No reason why, clueless. I don't. It'll be done when it's done. And it will be done fast. Hopefully. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so gross. I'm such a mess. I'm sorry. Second to last question. For Denti, what do you do in your free time? Well, lately I've been playing way too much Destiny 2. I deleted it from my computer recently. I have my own clan on there. Like that's how serious I am about Destiny 2. I've been playing it for 10 years. I deleted it from my computer recently. It's gone. I'm going to focus on everything else, but that's what I do. That's what I've been doing recently. But what I actually do in my spare time is I swim. I'm an avid swimmer. I love swimming. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. The real Destiny 2 are the friends we made along the way. Thank you. Thank you. That is funny. All right. That was the second. All right. Second question here. This is from Ant Guy. What's your opinion for Oreos with orange juice? Oreos with orange juice? All right, I'm not going to do it. I was tempted for a second there to go off screen and pick up my railgun and come back into frame, but I feel like that would violate some kind of TOS, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's jail. Execution, even death and pain forever. That's evil. Why would you do orange juice when milk is right there? That's horrible. Why would you do that? That's straight to jail. Jail right now. Okay. Yes, I have a railgun. And that's the last question. So thank you guys so much. Now, as promised, I will show you guys my life-size Sylveon plush. If you have a question that I haven't answered yet, put it on my latest post, put it on my latest video, whatever it might be. You can put it in the comments because this will be uploaded as a video at some point. Put it in the comments on this video and I will answer it as soon as I can. But without further ado, here is my life-size Sylveon plush. Longtime fans of the channel know this thing. She's been with me for a while now. I actually stuffed her myself. Really coolest purchase ever. Here she is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my life-size Sylveon plush. For context, I am 6'1". Not joking. Like actually, I'm 6'1". So this is a big girl or boy. I don't know. I'm too scared to check. Really, really big, giant ribbons. They're long, they're awesome. And here she is. Let me bring her up so you guys can get a better look. This is my giant Sylveon. She is amazing. I really want to take her to conventions at some point, because who wouldn't want to see this? But carrying her around is kind of hard. It's a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little difficult to carry Sylveon around. Not impossible, but when you're at a convention for like 6 hours straight, it's really tough. If I can figure out a way to do that, I will. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the super chats. Holy cow. I think we got 3 total. Never expected to get a single one. Thank you guys. This has been an awesome 2 hours. Skyrim Productions, thank you for being there. Thank you to everybody. Lily Slider, Ella Nova, Violet Novamidi, Lars Lysko, Tivo1217, Elsa Singer, Finn N, and of course, my assistant Ditto. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If I can somehow figure out how to close the stream while holding Sylveon. Let's see if I can do this here. Hold on. There we go. Thank you guys.